Okay, so the story with this truck is I was kind of looking for a truck, another work truck for an employee to drive around and stuff. Well, I guess long story short, an update on the 7.3, it went back to the dealer. The dealer bought it back with 16,000 miles on it for exactly what I paid for it 6 months after I bought it. And I kind of felt like that was too good of a deal to let go. And I really liked that truck, but it was good to free up some money for some other business ventures, interests of mine. So I let that one go, and I'm definitely going to buy another someday. But what I really needed was another service truck, and there wasn't any with a service bed around here that there wasn't any 7.3s with a service bed on them. So unfortunately I didn't get to make that jump. I did buy a newer one, but I went back to I bought another 6-liter Power Stroke. I get along with those pretty good, being a pretty well pre-emission diesel motor and all that stuff. But anyways, so the 7.3's gone. I'll buy another, and when I do, I'd like to get a service truck and really rag on that thing and see what it'll hold up. But the other one did 16,000 miles, no problems. I worked the snot out of it. It really was an amazing motor for a gas engine. But anyways, back to what I got going here. I was looking for another truck. It's kind of scanning Facebook and stuff. Couldn't find anything. I was watching the auction a week ago, and I was really interested in a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton. So everything I do is pretty heavy stuff. But they all brought more money. I was trying to just buy some in cash. They all brought a little more than what I wanted to spend for how wore out they were. So I was sitting around, I watched the half-ton sell, and then here comes this F-150, runs up to $4,000 and kind of stalls out. I'm like, well, shoot, I'll run that up. It's like bid 4,500, and I got it. And so I bought it sight unseen. It was in Utah, in Lake City, Utah, just south of Salt Lake, at the Ritchie Brothers yard. There's a little dog. But anyways, didn't know much about it. Flew out 3-4 days ago now, and took a chance and drove it home. It's 5.0 2013, 4-wheel drive. It's got the power package. I got a power windows and whatnot and stuff. 218,000. I've already put 1,000 miles on this thing. I've been running it to see what happens. I had a check engine light when we bought it, or when I bought it. Didn't seem to run fine, so we ran it home with a check engine light, 470 some miles home. Did great. The thing got almost 18 miles a gallon, which is way better than what I thought. So anyways, I gotta go pick up a customer's machine. I got my little trailer on right there, and when I get it back to the house, I'll pull it in the shop and go over everything that's wrong with my $4,500 truck. All right, so this is the truck from the outside. Just your run-of-the-mill base model truck. I mean, nothing crazy going on here. Did come with pretty good tires. I got their corrosion right there on the running board, but underneath looks pretty good. I'll climb under there in a bit and show you. Usual work stock interior. A little tear in the seat. It had 218,000 miles. I had 217 on it when I bought it. Already put 1,000 miles on it. I mean, it was almost 500 miles home. Overall condition's not bad. I bought this truck sight unseen, honestly expecting total pile. Here, I'll show you. Right there's my Ritchie Brothers receipt. There's my paid in full price, $5,025 after their deal. Lot number 1056. Hey there, pig. And lot number 1056. I did get an alignment done on it today. Looked like it was a little toe out, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. You know, it's not in bad shape. Came with this thing, a little flimsy turd. Somebody, I think it went farther there, and somebody cut it for this ugly freaking toolbox. Had a bed liner, bed's beat up, you know. Comes with your run-of-the-mill Ritchie Brothers special stuff like that. Yeah, I got to pull that toolbox out and clean it up yet. It is missing. I got a new plug for this I got to put in. And you got your rust right there. Pretty dirty. You can see the rear end's leaking. I think, because when I left Utah, it wasn't leaking. I climbed under it just to make sure there wasn't anything like crazy that's just going to catastrophic failure. Because I mean, we bought this thing. Well, I bought it. My buddy flew out with me. We picked it up and we hit the road. Runner 85 mile an hour all the way home down Highway 80 through Wyoming and down into Laramie and then home like that. Oh, there's my other service truck that I bought after I got rid of the 6.0. That's or not 6.0. I got rid of the 7.3. Bought that. It's old Caterpillar service truck. It's got a VMAC air compressor on it. It's kind of why I bought it. And I like the 6 liters, but that's another video. That's a really controversial topic. I've had good luck with them, but I can't explain to. If people care in comments, I'll make a video someday of why I get along pretty good with the 6 liters. But anyways, back to this thing. I got dings and dents. Nothing crazy. The dog's being crazy. Like, get out of here. Hey, goddammit it. Ow. Just bit my ear, that little turd. But yeah, this is what I deal with a puppy. Get out of here. So anyways, see if I can turn the flashlight on here. Where are they? Oh, there it is. Pink. That's dumb. I had to zoom in to use it. Anyways, you can see it's pretty wet. I can't tell. But I'm hoping it was really full. I pulled the plug on it and it was full way past the plug. You know, it's not like it's running hot. I was just towing with it. I think the vent is plugged, so I'm gonna clear that. When I get done making this video, I'm gonna, you know, pull this vent off here because I mean it was muddy under here bad when I bought it. So I'm gonna pull that vent tube off. Oh, somebody's calling me. You guys see the vent tube up there? Sorry about that. I had a phone call that messed it up. But anyways. You can see the vent tube just barely right there. I'm going to pull that off, clean it, see if this will quit leaking. If not, I'll put a seal on it. It's no big deal. But, you know, for $218,000, like the bottom of this truck really doesn't look all that bad. See how just covered in mud. Need to check the transfer case fluid, the transmission fluid. It's one thing I really don't like about this these years is no dipstick. There's your transmission dipstick. Super unhandy and really inconvenient. You know, and in the grand scheme of things, I'm really not a big F-150 guy. Really not a big half-ton guy. I've had Ford Rangers for running parts and stuff, but it's like, you know, if you got something big enough to pull a half-decent trailer, you might as well have a 3/4 or 1-ton, right? But the deal was right. And hood here. So this thing did do when I bought it. It had a check engine light on. Sorry for the squirrely camera. The check engine light on. I didn't check it as it seemed to run fine, so we ran it home. What I did was we stopped by the parts store, a little low on oil, so I topped off with oil and I put a can of MOA in it. I really like this stuff. You know, if I'm not running like this truck gets Schaefer's oil, but everything else gets regular oil with MOA in it, and MOA would be plenty fine. You know, I've had 6 liters come in with over 300,000 that have religiously run this and on stock injectors. Another story. Anyways, let me get in here. From a mechanic standpoint, it's pretty open in here, and that I'm pretty impressed by that. Like, there's plenty of room to work around here. The front's nice and open. You know, the things that a Duramax owner would be unfamiliar with is being able to get your hand down the front, right? But you know, pretty good. Topped off with oil MOA. I put the MOA in because it's got a good detergent package in it. And if this thing was sludged or junked, you know, from who knows what the service was like on a company truck like this. I wanted to get the sludge dumped out. You know, we had a good 500-mile run home, and plus that would ensure there'd be some quality to the oil that was in it. And then get the sludge dumped out. So by the time I made it home, because I was going to change oil when I got here, get all the bad stuff out, come out with the oil, and put new oil in it and put her to work. Things that, so the check engine light was a cylinder 4 misfire, and it came back on once when it was real cold this morning when I started it, but it's got to be right at initial start. When I get some time, I'm gonna pull the plugs out and see. But man, it runs good. Coming home, it ran almost 18 miles a gallon, doing better than 80 the whole time. I mean, we had it strung out in the wind. So that really impressed me. And you know, honestly, the power impressed me. I didn't know much about the 5-liter because I'm not an overhead cam fan at all, but the deal's right. And it sounds like these ones, they've had good luck with these. You know, I was thinking, when I say I don't like the overhead cam, I'm referencing, sorry, the dog's making a mess, the 5.4. Never, you know, I don't know. I've heard some stories people had good luck with them, but every time I was around, they're pretty shy on power and hard to work on. They had all those stupid spark plug problems and cam phasers and all that nonsense. But this one seems to be doing pretty good. From what I've found, they seem to be fairly reliable. But we'll see. You know, I've heard of them dropping valves and doing crazy stuff, but you know, I'm gonna put this thing to work and really run it. You know, on my last video of that 7.3, I really loaded up pretty good and made a run with it. And you know, I'd probably do like a pound per liter. Dang. Sorry, had another phone call and I don't quite remember where I left off, but I think I was talking about how I don't like overhead cam stuff that much. But this one seems to be okay, and like I was never really impressed with overhead cam power. This one runs out pretty good, you know. I rented a brand new Dodge Hemi. We're at a wedding this year in Texas, and part of it could have been Texas being low and a little more oxygen, but holy smokes, that thing ran. This one definitely wouldn't keep up, but it's not bad. I think I was talking about tow video. I loaded that other truck up, and if people are interested, I think to make it fair for the F-150, do a pound per, I can break down the 32,000 pounds divided by 7.3 liters, and then we'll take that and make pretty much the exact same weight per displacement run. I'd be willing to do that if people care to see it, but you know, I'm sure this engine's been out for a while. It's kind of proven itself. You know, honestly, I overlooked it because when this came out, so did the EcoBoost, and the EcoBoost was the rant and rave. And this thing has more than impressed me with power and fuel mileage. I haven't towed that much. I towed John Deere Gator with it here today. It did good, but it wasn't anything crazy. I wasn't running any hills or hauling ass or anything. But yeah, so that's my $4,500 truck. Man, let's check the oil right now. It's got a valve change almost. I just pulled it in here, so we'll see. Ugh. Yeah, wipe her off on the old pant leg here. So we can see what we got going when we get in there. Yeah, there's one thing I don't care for. It's dipstick tube. It's kind of a pain in the butt, and kind of the way the trough is in there, it kind of holds dirt. which is unhandy. Let's see here. Oh yeah, she's nice and plumb full. Pretty good. Can't hate on that too bad, I guess. Yeah, you never know what you're getting into. I bought a Ford Escape at Ritchie Brothers one time, and holy smokes, that thing, a wore out turd. Oh man, like bad. It had a burning oil problem that plugged the cats, and I took the cats off to see if I could get it to run right, and then the power came back, but it would go through like a quart of oil in 50 miles. Like this thing, it didn't smoke, which was weird, but it was burning up oil. It should have been smoking like a train. Let's see. Oh, right here. Yeah, it's locked. Trying to see. So, you know, Ritchie Brothers, there's some good stuff that goes through there, honestly. I buy and sell a lot of stuff there, but it's kind of a redneck like that. But, you know, lately here in Denver, at least, we're close to the Denver sale. I'm not live in Denver. And the dog made a nice mess right there. Thank you, dog. Anyways, see, the interior is not like terrible. Thank God this truck didn't stink. That's what I was really worried about, which is good. But yeah, so the Denver sale really hasn't brought any deals since COVID started, which is odd. I thought, oh man, it was gonna be a great deal. It's gonna be equipment flying off the shelf for nothing, but I was completely wrong. So, anyways, bought this in Utah, saved a little money, but I'm gonna keep doing some reviews on this thing, see how it holds up over the span of time. I mean, it's going to work. It's gonna be worked hard like everything else I own, and see how she holds up since she's already had a good long life at 218,000. I'm excited to see how well this motor holds up. You know, I've heard of them dropping valves and doing some crazy stuff, but you never know. Anyways, you know, on oil sense, I run this and everything. I'll put a link in the description of this video, or not description, but the bio or whatever. If you're interested in that stuff, it's good, especially on so if you want a story for that, I've got a Napa here in town has a guy that their store manager used to run a bus service that went back and forth to Denver, which is about 70 miles, you know, and this bus would run 5 or 6, 7 times a day back and forth, and they bought it brand new. He's been an MOA guy, started running MOA in it from day one, and that engine made it well past, you know, they did plugs and wires, plugs and coils, stuff like that, the regular maintenance. But that engine, when he left, had 700,000 miles on original timing chain and original cam phasers and the whole 9 yards. So if you, especially overhead cam stuff, you know, you really got to be particular, and because the big thing is your timing gets screwed up because of the chain so long. A little wear goes a long ways compared to the push rod. Your chain's pretty short, so a little wear doesn't make for up for as much of a distance change. But anyways, I got tons of stories about where I've seen that MOA really shine. But anyways, that's kind of the quick throwdown on my $4,500 pickup.